Welcome to episode 12 of the OfflineTV podcast. I'm here joined by Yvonnie, we call her Evo, and Sydeon, we call her Sid. Say hello.
Hello, I'm Sydeon. What did you call me?
Sydeon.
Sydeon. Pleasure.
Oh, we're also joined by Crashy and Spyrozy.
Who are being very good boys right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hello, Brodin.
They'll probably just sleep here.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of sleep, I got a question for you guys.
Okay.
Do you ever wake up so fast you feel nauseous and you're going to throw up?
No.
That was me this morning.
Can't say. I don't know if that has anything to do with you waking up fast. Like, what do you mean? You just like woke up? What do you mean wake up fast?
Like when you wake up like urgently, like you need to do something right after waking up?
Okay. So you like wake up anxious.
No.
I don't think I've ever woken up feeling like nauseous like that unless I'm hungover.
Like I'm not hungover. But if I wake up, it takes like 10 to 20 minutes for my brain to like boot up. Almost
Okay.
like a computer that you've turned it on and it's got the whole like
And then if you don't have time to boot up, then you get nauseous.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that might be you. That
Yeah.
might be a unique experience.
Like if you get out of, how did you survive school?
Sometimes I'd be nauseous in class.
Okay. I was going to say, because I think it's a lot of
It
waking up fast
stays.
in school.
Like you get nauseous and it stays? Like, are you nauseous now?
It's like pretty much gone by now.
Okay.
But like there were times where like back when I worked at Yahoo and I had to like commute long hour, I would need to pull over and like prepare to throw up outside my car.
That's
What
crazy.
the hell?
Okay, well, I'm glad it's over now. And you don't need to throw up here.
Yeah.
Can't relate. I don't know
Mhm.
that phenomenon, but I do have IBS, so I know what it's like to wake up and immediately shit.
Don't have that one. So
Yeah.
Don't have that one either.
Oh, yeah. I have to a lot like an extra. Like, say I had Indian food the night before. I have to be really conscious. Like, I'm like, oh, okay, I can't eat Indian food if I know I have to be somewhere at like 8 a.m. because then that means I have to wake up at like 6 so that I can spend the first hour of my day on the toilet. Why are you all looking at me so concerned?
I can't with either of you.
like I just imagine you waking up and your eyes shoot open like toilet.
No, that's literally what it's like. Like I wake up and I'm like, okay, bathroom time. Like everything, I can't get up. I'll like open the door for the dogs, but nothing comes first. It's just straight to the toilet.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wild.
Having IBS is not fun. Honey, no. Spyro has allergies right now and he won't stop licking his paws. And I've tried so many different allergy sprays and I went to the vet and they gave me something and it doesn't work and I'm so sad and he won't stop licking. I'm going to have to cone him. I'm going to get the cone of shame. Look, hey, honey.
Allergies make paws itch?
Yeah, it can be like a food allergy, seasonal allergy, all sorts of stuff. And so we like tried a bunch of things and it's still not working. So I'm thinking he's going to have to get allergy shots, which is sad.
I have never had allergies until like a month ago. I went to Mexico and it was super clean air because every day at 5 p.m. it rains there really hard.
Mm.
And then I flew back and then immediately started sneezing and having itchy eyes and I was like rubbing. I was like, at first did not know what was going on, so I was really getting in there. And then I realized, oh, I think I'm having allergies. I've heard of this.
I've heard of this thing.
Yeah.
I mean, LA air is gross.
Mm.
I remember when I first moved here and I was walking in like downtown LA, which was, yeah.
Dude, downtown
Yeah.
LA
Crazy
is like
choice.
another fucking creature.
It's like post-apocalyptic. So I'm walking down there by myself, which is like, shit, I shouldn't have been. But I'm walking around downtown LA and you can see like the sunbeams coming through the skyline. And I'm like, oh wow, like that's so pretty. It was like golden hour. And then if you just like if you actually look in the sunbeams, the amount of just like, I don't know what, dust, like particulate, like just all of this shit floating in the air was disgusting. I was like, oh wow, this is hella gross. And like I'm from Washington, so I'm used to that crispy like
Oh, me too.
mountain
From
air.
Canada, we had mountain air.
Yeah.
I come here and instantly notice the difference. I'm like, it's a little more stuffy.
It's
here.
stuffy,
like a little
yeah.
bit.
Dense.
Yeah.
It is
Yeah.
dense and
And
like,
you're like,
I-
oh, that's pollution.
Sweet.
Fun.
Yeah, I'm used to drinking tap water.
Me
you,
too.
You were able to
Yeah,
drink tap
we were
water?
able to
Yeah.
drink
Same.
tap water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Now I have to filter everything.
Yep.
But I learned that also Brita filters are not real filters. So I don't know.
I got one of those in my fridge right now.
What
I
do you mean
mean,
they're not real?
They don't actually filter like that much apparently. I don't know. I learned a lot of my things off TikTok. Like TikTok has taught me so much more than my years of school and everything. Like it keeps me attached to like the outside world when usually my world is very small and like gaming. So prior to like I didn't know much news politics or like a lot of life other hacks or things, but then TikTok just like,
Isn't it just charcoal? I thought that's what filtration is.
I don't know. You have to go on TikTok.
So you didn't cite the sources. You're just trusting the TikToks.
Well, they are like, no, it doesn't actually filter that much at all. Like you're
Did
still
they say
drinking
why
water.
though, or they just said
They did.
that?
I
You
just
went,
don't remember anything. My brain doesn't retain all the information sometimes. I just take like does not filter, and that's what I grab from
That's
the
all
video.
you need. That's all you need.
Yeah.
That's very persuasive. Yeah.
Isn't there talks about TikTok getting banned? Isn't that like the hearing for that is supposed to be like this week or something?
Is
Oh,
this
or
like what
today.
started like a year ago?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure they're supposed to have like the final yada yada. I don't know. Much like Yvonne, I learned that from my Twitch chat. They were like, "Oh yeah, they're doing the like final proceeding for the TikTok ban." Which honestly, we got to put you up there as someone to speak for keeping TikTok, because that was convincing. She learns all of her stuff off of TikTok.
Everything. I learned so much. Have you seen the thirst traps
But-
of the TikTok CEO?
That's why. Wait, go on, finish that thought.
It's just like this. Is he Chinese? I think this
No,
like.
no. He's Singaporean.
Oh, Singaporean, but like he just has he just like pay like of course you have to, I guess, like if you're trying to convince people not to ban your app in their country, but it's just like the way he talks and everything. They just have like compilations. They call them. Never mind.
No, I need to know.
Yeah,
What's
go
it
on.
called? I mean, it's just they're just like he's just daddy. They just like I don't personally think so, but I see why they say that.
Of course.
Yeah.
Do you get a lot of thirst traps on your TikTok?
No.
What's your TikTok algorithm?
My TikTok algorithm is cute pets. I have a lot of relationship stuff on my TikTok, like cute couples and everything, and I regard it as like mukbang. You know how like people like watching other people eat?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I'm like a masochist in that I like seeing like cute relationships, but I don't have one myself. I just like look at it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
feel like a
relation-
lot of
it's
the
like-
viewers of that stuff are people who are single,
Yeah,
watching
and they
relationship stuff.
just exactly.
He
You know?
chose you.
You
Yeah.
watch while you're laying down next
Yeah.
to no one.
Yes. Taylor Swift. Hold on, let me just look. Current event stuff like award shows, and funny shit, or like random fact stuff. A lot of the things that go viral end up on my For You page. I think
So your free page is just like basic stuff.
basic stuff.
What about you? You don't use TikTok, so you don't have like a
I try not to.
yeah.
Yeah.
So your algorithm is also probably basic because it's just trying to send you anything.
Mhm.
No, it's really niche because it's trying to find what's gonna hook me.
Oh.
Yeah.
Mm.
So like the basic stuff doesn't show up on it. I'll get just really strange out there
Oh,
things.
weird.
Interesting.
Usually,
Yeah.
I feel like you get basic, like very viral things.
Yeah.
constantly.
It's like if you don't use TikTok, normally you would get like the people who are really big. You'd get like the Addison Rays and like
Mhm.
they'll be like, do you want to dance? No. Okay, here's a cute puppy. Is that biting? No, we're not interested in that. How about cooking?
yeah.
And then it just cycles
I get
through.
that too.
But I
Cooking
think
videos.
because I use it sparingly, it's probably taken into account. Like when I've swiped and been like, and it's been like, what? How do we lose him? This is what made it. Okay, don't show him that anymore. Seem to hover on this. Give him all of this, and then it'll be like, for some reason, stand-up comedians with a very niche thing they're talking about,
Mm.
or like animations or something like that.
Mm.
Yeah.
Instagram scares me. Instagram is like insanely like I feel like their algorithm, once something catches on, it like really catches on. I see my
Yes.
discover page like all over like that.
Yeah.
A small thing. So it's like almost their advertising is very good. Like I think Instagram advertises products I would actually want or like I'm more enticed to use than TikTok. But I don't like how it grasps the videos that you watch once so heavily.
Oh, I love it. I want you to read me. I want everything that I use to be so personalized. I want to spend all of the money on Instagram. I want to spend all the money on TikTok. Like, please give me everything. Except for, it kind of sucks when, so I recently bought something off TikTok Shop. It just actually got delivered.
Mm-hmm.
I bought that stupid fucking light that you stick onto your phone, and every content creator, they turn it on and all of a sudden it gets really bright and they're like, oh my God. I was like, okay, fine, I'll fucking buy it. So I bought it, and then it was like, oh, you're into content creation. Do you want a tripod? Do you want something that sticks to the window? Do you want another light? How about a microphone? And it's like, okay, well, can I get like something else that's also interesting, or just like something different? Like, I'm not going to keep buying.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm like, if I bought a fucking light, why are you showing me more lights? I just bought one. I don't
Yeah.
need another one. TikTok shop algorithm drives me freaking insane. It's
Same.
also like you get 3 non-sponsored videos and then like 5 sponsored videos
Yep.
and then 2 non-sponsored. I'm like, this is actually crazy.
What I hate that TikTok ads have started doing is, you know how there's that trend of like photos where like it'll be a song and then it'll be like photo and then you swipe through.
Oh,
like
yeah,
you
yeah.
can see the dots.
Yeah.
Ads have started putting the dots there. So it's like 5 dots and the first one's lit up. But there's not actually any swiping.
Swiping.
When you swipe, it opens the ad. So twice now I've like gone and be like, oh, what? Like, because the first one kind of hooks you, like, what is this? Swipe, and then it goes, hey, buy our shit. Like, no,
Fuck you.
get out of here.
Yeah, that drives me absolutely insane. But Instagram algorithm I actually love because I use it as if it's Pinterest. Because Pinterest is too outdated. Like, I don't know if you guys have been on Pinterest lately,
Yeah,
but like
I have.
all of the content on it is kind of old. Whereas Instagram is obviously like updating every day. People use it more, yada yada. And because they have the save feature where you can like move things into different boards and stuff like that, I use that as like my newfound Pinterest. And as soon as you save one thing, it's like your entire explore page becomes that.
I know. I think like for me, sometimes it's like, okay, if I'm looking for inspiration for nails, I don't want my whole Discover to end up being nails
That's
because
true.
I'm only going to get my nails done like once a month
Yeah.
or something. So that's what bothers me about it is like, I don't want to watch one video and have it, a lot of things be recommended to me instantly after that. Cause like it might just be that one video that worked.
Yeah.
So,
That's fair.
but I like the items that they recommend you, like the shop stuff. I do buy a lot of things off of Instagram ads a lot more.
Really?
Yeah. I haven't really bought off Instagram unless it's like independent designers. That's where I find a lot of like independent clothing designers, and then I'll end up buying their clothes.
I
But
bought
otherwise-
clothes. I bought houseware. Like,
I've only ever bought one thing off of like an online ad
What was it?
ever. I think it was like a sweater.
but guys
Oh.
also.
And I was the sweater, the one that we
that
both
we both
bought,
have from
and
Instagram.
it was very disappointing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, me and Bro, I wore that sweater sometime and you were like, wait a minute, I have that.
Yeah.
And then we were like, oh yeah, I bought this off Instagram. And like, I thought it was going to be a nice knit sweater and it wasn't. It was printed fabric on like 98%
Yeah.
cotton or something like
And
that.
after that, I'm like, okay, well, I'm never buying stuff on
Yeah.
Instagram again.
Yeah, it's so hit or miss. It's like absolutely so hit or miss. I just bought off of Olive Young.
Oh yeah.
I went to their web because like you've heard so much about Olive Young,
Yeah.
right? But I went to their website and it looked so sketchy. Like you know how we're like used to the way that American websites look,
yeah.
and then when you go to Asian websites, it just looks like a scam a lot
Yeah.
of the time because it's not what we're used to seeing.
Mhm.
So I opened up Olive Young and I was like, I know you're a credible brand, but this looks like you're about to give me 10 viruses on my computer, and I'm gonna order something and it's gonna come from Temu. Like I don't know what's happening here, but I'm just gonna. So I just risked it. It's also like the products that I was gonna get were ridiculously reduced in price.
Oh.
Like I bought 2 things of sunscreen, 2 cleansers, and because everything's like in a pack of 2,
Mhm.
and 2 moisturizers for $60.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's cheap there. It's even cheaper there. Yeah.
Why doesn't everybody shop on Olive Young?
Oh, they do. When I
Really?
was in Korea literally a month ago, and there were so many tourists there, like the whole thing was filled up. I heard Mandarin, Cantonese, like Korean, Japanese, like I heard everything. Like there's all it's. So if you go to especially the tourist places, it is filled to the brim with people.
Oh shit, guys!
Everyone's
shop on
checking
Olive
out.
Young because it was like the deals were insane.
Yeah.
And it's all like the K beauty, and they have it like organized by bestsellers, so you can see. Like one thing that I'm seeing on TikTok a lot right now is, I mean, K beauty is just huge.
Yeah.
In general, especially right now. One thing I'm seeing is like, oh, what's actually popular in Korea versus what's popular in the States, like what
Yeah.
people think is popular in Korea.
Yeah.
And it's really cool to see because like some things do have crossover, but some things are like, oh yeah, Korean people don't use this, they actually use this. And then Olive Young has it all under bestsellers. Pretty cool.
Olive Young too. If you make an account, they'll give you a huge discount code on your birthday.
Damn.
I was
you know
late.
this?
Yeah. I know this because I got the email for the code, but I didn't use it in time, and then I kicked myself.
Dang.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my birthday's coming up. I need to use it.
Oh snap.
Yeah. Yo, can I put some stuff on your order?
Send it in the group chat.
Yeah.
We'll Venmo you.
All right, fine. Guys, we're not actually gonna go to like Wendy's on my birthday, right? Like you guys are gonna.
What is
'Cause
this? What?
It's the
Oh, is that the day that the Krabby Patty comes out?
yeah.
Oh, everybody block your calendars. It's Krabby Patty Day.
We're doing Krabby Patty Day?
No, I said we're not, right? We're not.
We could get you a nice little party hat, and we can go sit in the Wendy's and celebrate by having Krabby Patties.
I'll bring food coloring so we can make them pretty patties.
Oh shit, that's a good idea.
You can have the brown one.
What? And I get the brown one?
Or green, whatever you want.
Okay, fine. Well, the Krabby Patty party low-key sounds okay.
How would you like to spend your birthday?
I don't know. That's a lost thing. Peter wants to maybe do something together again.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, so I have no idea.
a little partay.
I want a party.
Oh.
I want everyone to throw
Stallion's back.
down. Yeah.
What did you say?
She's burst out of the stable and she's running wild.
You know what? I actually, now think about it, I would love to have a party, but I don't know at what capacity we could have a party.
We can rent a venue and have a party. Like, what do you mean? Like, is it like everybody's drunk as fuck and like we're taking shots at a house and there's throw up on the stairs party? Or do you mean like everybody gets dressed nice and we go and we have a party with some champagne?
No, I'm less formal.
Okay, so
I
you don't
like
like
the
throw
other
up on the
one.
stairs.
I don't, but like maybe like right before throw up, like
Okay.
that line.
Yeah. All
But
right.
that's what makes a good party sometimes. You gotta have
Yeah.
like a couple people throwing up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yvonne likes parties where it's like you hear like doo 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 and you're going, hey, I can't hear you. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I like throwing parties. Yeah, I like throwing parties, and then sometimes like not showing up or not staying very long. That's like usually my thing. If I can throw someone else's party, organize it all, and then like be there for 2 hours and leave, I'm interested. But for you, I will stay. For you, I will throw up on the stairs.
I feel like I've been misled by how much Sid likes the party. She told me before, she's like, I always want to party. Nobody parties with me. I'm like, fuck yeah, I'm down. I go party with Sid. She's out at 11 p.m. Or she'll like leave early. And I'm like, wait a second. I thought we were both throwdowners.
I'm really picky. So I had a fake ID though when I was younger.
Hey,
and
at least she's legal now.
yeah. Allegedly, I had a fake ID.
I was
when
going to say, are we
younger.
past the statute of limitations on that? Or?
Allegedly, I had a fake ID. So I was allegedly partying at 19 and I was going out to clubs and stuff with my friends. Allegedly. And I went through a hardcore party phase and it was really fun. But I'm really picky about it. I need the DJ to be throwing like bangers only. It has to be hip hop or rap or like reggae or Latin music. Like I don't want to listen to EDM when I'm at the club. The people at the club also have to be dancing for it to be fun for me because I don't want to just like sit and talk. It's not what I'm here to do.
Yeah.
I'm here to throw ass.
Yeah.
And nobody is throwing ass at the club in 2024.
Obviously, yeah.
Obviously.
course.
It's like the club culture is fucking dead
Yeah.
in the States, at least. And that's what the streets are saying. I don't know if you guys have heard that, but the streets are saying
I
that
actually
club
did.
culture is dead.
That was a niche TikTok that I got. Yes.
Okay.
Ah.
So I don't have fun partying anymore unless it's international. But the risk you run when you go international is that the music can sometimes be a little weird.
Yeah.
A. And B, 50-50 on the ass throwing.
Mm.
So it's kind of like I'm just so, I love to party when it's my perfect environment. And if it's not, I'm
Like,
like,
when it's perfect.
yeah. Yeah. And it's been a while since I've had my perfect party environment. But
Did you like China, like on your birthday?
that one is kind of hard to say, guys, because I will tell you, I was fucked up.
I mean, the music
I think I liked it.
was all popular music. It wasn't all rap and stuff, though. It was like all American
Yeah.
radio music.
Yeah. We went to 2 different clubs within like a couple of days and they both played Taylor Swift. I remember that.
Yes.
Everybody saying, and then they also played SpongeBob music, right?
There were a
Yeah.
couple
They had the
songs
Kendrick
that really stuck
song
out. Yeah.
into SpongeBob remix, and that was
crazy.
Yeah.
Because it was,
was
like, who
the-
lives in a pineapple under the sea, and they were fucking like
Not like us.
Not
Not
like
Kendrick
us.
Lamar
Yeah.
Like
mashup.
us.
they not like
Like
us. I'm like, what the fuck did I got whiplash.
But the club, that was bumping. Everybody was
Yeah.
pumped about that.
Yeah.
I remember that.
They played like Justin Bieber, Post Weekend, like they had a lot of stuff.
Oh my God. And then there was that table of guys, of the table of American guys that were behind us that were trying to get you to come over.
Really?
Do you remember that? Do you remember that?
I don't remember this.
I don't remember this
It was
either.
like there was like the group of guys behind us. They were like
Oh,
American
I
dudes.
do
They were buying
remember this.
bottles, like hella bottles, and they
Yes.
kept trying to talk to you, and you were like,
Me?
yeah.
Oh,
Wait, was
maybe
this
I blocked that out.
was this the club we were all like sardined? That one?
Yes, the
Okay,
one
yeah.
where we walked in at first, said fuck that,
Oh.
walked back out, got a
Yeah.
table,
Bro.
and then came back.
I was angry that night. I was mad.
Yeah.
Like,
Yvonne was
love
throwing
Mad.
elbows.
I love Mad Yvonne.
it's because like in the States, clubbing is so different. Everyone's like, even if they bump you, usually people, oh sorry, because they don't want to start shit, right?
Yeah.
In China, nobody gives a fuck. The norm is that you like shove and bump into people. So in the beginning, very angry because like even the workers did it, and then when the workers started doing it, it's like, oh, okay, like I guess it's like normal here.
The workers were like more aggressive than the people.
Yeah.
Yes, because
They
they
would
knew
like pick
they
you up
had
and
to.
throw you.
Yeah, they would like literally push you. My thing is like, okay, if they're gonna like shove people, then I'll stand on the outside so like people don't get like our group at least doesn't get shoved, right?
Yeah.
And it pissed me off. There's one guy who is hovering us.
Yep.
He's a fucking hoverer. Hate those. Don't do that. Anyways, there's one guy hovering behind like Sid and Jody, and I'm like looking at this guy. I'm like, you, and then he gets close too. He's like getting closer, and then as I'm like start moving to the outside or something, I'm like, hey, like you're a little close. Like, can you stand back a bit? So I was nice at
But,
first.
but you said this
okay?
in Chinese, right?
No, I said in
Mhm.
English because the guy is not Chinese.
Oh.
Yeah,
The
he's
whole
not.
time I thought you were yelling at him in Chinese.
Oh no, he's not Chinese. So I said in English. He understood English. Like I was just like, hey, you're a little close. And he's like, I can be here. And I'm like, yeah, you can be here. Just be over there. And then he's like, and he argued back a bit with me, and I just like got sassier because I'm
Yeah.
just like, hey, just like back it up a little bit. You're too close. I had to say you're too close.
it was
You
crazy.
fuck. I didn't say that, but like I was thinking it. And then so, and he stays because I think you're like a little stubborn when someone maybe like yells at you. And then I look back maybe like 2 or 3 minutes later, he's gone.
Yeah, you got his ass. No, I've never seen angry Yvonne except for when we were in China. That night at the club, she was like, hey, you're a little close, back up. Like, just not even, she said it nice at first. I don't even really think it was nice at first.
Yeah.
Like, you were just like, back up. Like, you're too close. It wasn't
Yeah.
mean, but it wasn't nice, which was perfect. It's exactly what we needed because he was being a creep.
Because like I couldn't hear what she was saying because obviously there's speakers and club
Yeah.
music, and the hey, sorry, I can't hear you. But I saw Yvonne, and the way that she like moved was very like sharp. Like,
Yeah, no, like you can see like her chest puffs up. Like you start squaring up with people.
Yeah.
Like we always talk about, oh, if someone goes to jail or like who's most likely to get in a fight, and no one would ever expect Yvonne, but I actually think it's you.
No,
I
it's
think
not
if we were to go out one night and someone was gonna get in a fight, it would be you because you just post up at people.
Okay, listen. When I am in a club, okay, how do I describe this? When it comes to myself, I don't usually like, but if I just start people around my friends, then I get really protective. I'm like, it's like club or rave environments where I feel like I have to be more protective of people in a way because I go out a lot. So I feel like I just see a lot of people a lot or encounter a lot of things. So like when people come, I feel like, hey, not my friends. Like you could do it to me, but like back off. And then that makes me very angry. Like I get more upset. It's like everything. I get more upset for, it's like, I'm sure for all of us, right?
Yeah.
You get more upset for your
For your
friends than
friends,
for
yeah.
yourself. So that's just that, but amplified because I'm also drunk.
Well, you should have seen her entering Disneyland. That
Oh
was
my
by far
God!
the most angry I've ever seen Yvonne.
A lady pestering me to buy a poncho. Fuck off, lady. I don't want the poncho. Like, are you, for like the 5th time, I'm telling you no. My mistake was saying no in Chinese because then she started like pestering and running up to us in Chinese and just being like, buy the poncho. I'm like, no.
Basically, when you enter Disneyland Shanghai, there's a line of people before you get into the pre-entrance of the park, and you walk through all these people trying to sell you things to like survive the day. Do you want a fan? Do you want a poncho? Do you want a yada yada yada? And like they're all kind of persistent, but like not that bad. But there was this one lady who wouldn't leave us alone because it was very obvious that we like weren't from here. So they're coming up to us. She's like, oh, like poncho. We're like, no, we don't want it. We don't want it. And she kept following us. And
Literally
then Yvonne,
following.
yeah, like just like hovering, oh, poncho. And we're like, no. Yvonne says no in Chinese. And then she like lights up, starts speaking in Chinese. And Yvonne gets so angry, like so angry. We finally get rid of her. We get into the park and she's, now lady. And then we get to the actual line to get into Disneyland. And it takes like an hour in the heat, in like the fucking like China heat. And so I'm sitting there like, oh, this day is cooked. Like this lady done just pissed Yvonne off. It's hot as fuck. It's going to take 2 hours to get into the park. And like, you know, when you see a giga line at the beginning, I'm like, oh, the rest of the park is going to be crazy. It wasn't. But I'm like, oh, I'm just standing in line. Like this day is so cooked.
Well, I bounce back quick. Like I get angry as I quickly do like diffuse. Like anything is like I don't get real angry easily. Yeah. It's like doesn't happen that often. And then when I do, it's like you buy me an ice cream and be like, oh, okay. Like it's cool, like it's fine. But the thing is the line was also triggering because it's like all these people cutting each other off.
Yep.
So they're like weaving in. It's like fucking like Frogger and you're like trying to go through like all the cars yourself. And so I'm getting triggered because we're getting cut off. And the only way I calm down is when we start joining. And we're like, wait, you know what? I can cut people off too. And then I start going and cutting people off and then I'm like, okay, I feel better.
And that's why the society is that way.
Yeah.
They all like, no one gets mad when they get cut over there because they just be cutting too. I'm like, damn, we just,
you're just mad
take
if you
what
sit
you gotta
there
take.
and you tank all the cutting.
Yeah. It was crazy. I like saw a new way of life. I was like, well, this is really
Did you like it
interesting.
more though?
I don't think I'm cut out for it.
Yeah.
Like I'm.
Well, Sid is more patient towards it because I think if I were in a different country than my ethnicity or whatever, I'd be like, oh, it's just like how it is here. And I'd just be like accepting of the people. But for me, I'm like, I'm fucking Chinese. And so I was getting mad at my own people. You know, I'm like, fucking Chinese people, get the fuck out of the way. I hate us sometimes, you know, like is how I felt.
I think I felt similarly the first time I went because I went to a bookstore with my family and like that's when I realized we like had the books, we're in line to pay and just if you're not cutting someone, you're not going to get to the front. And it infuriated me because I was like, no, we're better than this. Come on. Come on.
I'm just like, I love so many things about us. And then, but I also know a lot of the things about us. I'm just like, God damn it.
But now I'm like ready for it. So like when that happens at Disney, it's like, all right, cool. They cut us. We're going to cut them.
Yeah.
We're going to cut them. Or I'll box them out. Like, no, you're not.
That's why it's the same thing. Like you just get less angry when you have like mental prep for it. At the club, halfway through, I was accepting that like, okay, this is how people are here.
Do you guys ever like box people out when you know they're trying to cut you?
100%.
Yeah.
Or like even when I'm driving, if you're about to like we're merging, I will drive in the fucking middle. You're not getting around me. I don't care.
I'm the same.
But I will cut anyone off.
Well, because there's also like when you're driving and there's a merge, like naturally there's the zipper. Like it's supposed to go left, right. And then sometimes a guy will try to pass it. And if I see that happen, no, you're not.
Yeah.
There's a guy at the club who like, we're literally sardines, right? But I don't like a guy all up in my grill because I'm not comfortable. I don't want a guy like his junk on my ass. You know what I mean? So I literally, while we were in the club, I elbowed him. His stomach, hard elbowed and didn't, because it gives gap. So I was like refusing to let him touch me. But so that was like the thing. That was the most aggressive I was physically.
No, I do the same.
Yeah.
If someone's standing too close, I'll just go like this.
Yeah. It's just I was literally elbowing his stomach. But hey, just
I learned in middle school, I got really sharp elbows. I'm great at that.
What do you mean you just developed sharp elbows in middle school?
Well, I have a. Do you have this? Like, not only is my elbow pretty pronounced, but like I have this sharp.
Maybe that means I'm.
Wait, you have like a little knobby on the end.
Yeah.
Oh, I feel my little knobby, but mine's tiny. Yours sticks out.
Yeah.
Oh, what the heck?
So-
You got the double bow.
So I've got like multiple. I could elbow this way, but I could also elbow this way. Like,
I don't know when this is practical, but it's like good to know.
like if they're in my zone and I can't get this, I can at least go like
can.
this around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you guys ever think about like street fighting people?
All the time.
Okay, me too.
All the
No,
time.
I'm a pussy.
I forget if I've talked about this on the podcast, but I multiple times growing up, like I think high school and then into college, Googled like legally what needs to happen in order for me to fight in a street fight with no punishment.
What? I've only ever like thought about self-defense. Like my thing has always been like, what if I get attacked? What if someone starts chasing me? What if like someone breaks into my car? Like those are the things that I'm like.
Yeah, no, but that's exactly that. You don't always have the right to beat someone up, even if they do start a fight with you.
What?
Yes.
You're telling me someone starts charging at me? I can't be like, hey, fuck you. Like stop charging at me.
So if you want to know, to legally be able to beat someone up, they have to start the fight with you. So it has to be self-defense.
Uh-huh.
You.
But what qualifies as them starting the fight with you? Does something have to land? is threat enough? Like they're like, I'm gonna fucking kill you. Is that enough?
That one I think you'd have to still argue for, but I think if they strike you at all,
So I have to get striked before I can retaliate?
if you want like a super like clean case,
Clean.
you need to be struck. You need to try to evade. So like at point A, you need to be hit. You need to then try to leave, and they need to follow you. And if they follow you to point B and try to continue the fight, now you can beat them the fuck
So
up.
if they walk by, stab me, they don't follow me, then that's like it.
Yeah, yeah. Like you can't if they do like a little swipe and then like walk away, you can't necessarily chase them and break their arm. Like you could like call the cops on them, but you can't go and like use deadly force.
I mean, I don't mind that. I just don't want someone to like have to potentially kill me before I can do anything.
Yeah.
I think if there's a weapon involved, you would probably get away with it. Like they might
I'd
arrest
hope
you
so.
originally, but
I think if there's a weapon, yeah,
you're fine.
it's changed a bit. But
My
like
sister has gone to jail for beating somebody's ass after they hit her.
yeah,
Yeah, and
Yeah.
she was like, "Dude, it was self-defense." She
That's
punched me.
Crazy.
She still went to jail.
exactly.
Yeah, it is crazy.
So like when best case scenario, they like punch you in a spot where like the flesh is kind of like soft.
Mhm.
If you bleed a little bit, drop that on the ground, walk away. They aggress you, then you snap their arm.
Did you hear about there's a first time where someone adjacent to a school shooting is getting charged or getting like
What do you mean
investigated?
adjacent?
So basically, what had happened was, have you guys heard about the Apache school shooting recently? So basically, there is a kid went to school on first day or something like that, and like he like shot kids there and everything. And what happened was the school actually there was like some type of investigation prior to that. So they had gone to the kid's house and been like, "Hey, your kid has kind of been like making aggressive threats or like potentially going to school with a gun. Does he have access to a gun?" And the dad's like, "We own a gun, but he doesn't have access to it." So like the parent was already like warned of this behavior or like potential type of thing. And then apparently the dad still gave the kid access to the gun or gave him a gun. So that's why the dad is now being investigated because it's like
like negligence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because before, like, kids somehow would get their hands on one, but this time it's like you're actually giving them one. So
Yeah.
it's very different. But the mom had also been like warning the school or like authorities, like, hey, like this has been. So they were already warned beforehand. And I think what I heard was, and you can fact check this, but what I'd heard was that the school was warned and they pulled the wrong kid out of class. It was like someone
I
with
saw
like the
that.
first name or same last name or something like that.
I did see that. Yeah.
Insane. Are we allowed to self-defense then? What if someone's like,
Well, that'd be a lethal weapon. So I
Okay,
think you
then
could,
yeah.
Yeah. I feel like if someone like you're at the club, some bitch pulls a knife on you,
yeah, you can drop kick them.
would recommend running because
Yeah.
that. So I do think about that. I'm like, okay, like Sam, this girl's coming at me. I gotta fight her or whatever. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
but she pulls out a knife. Like my first instinct, which I know is not right, is like the movie scene.
No,
where you
I'm
get
right next to you.
Yes. I'm taking off my shirt and I'm like, all right, come on, bitch. Like I got the fucking towel. I'm ready. I'm gonna wrap your hand up. Like I'm gonna do it just like Liam Neeson.
I'm trying to like sidekick the knife out of here.
Yeah. I'm gonna block it with my hand.
thought is so different. I just think like, damn, I can't bring my pepper spray in because they take it as security. Like, how do you defend yourself?
I've seen too many action movies.
Yeah.
My brain is cooked. Like I'm done for. I'm gonna think I'm fucking invincible.
Have you seen the TikTok of the girl who tries to teach you how to like self-defense in like a car and like, all right, you like pull the seat back and then you like grab them and you do this,
Yeah.
right? And then there's one person who does it and they're like, all right, they try to do it, they go really slow in their seat because it's automatic.
Yeah, I have seen those.
Yeah, it's funny.
I think about, so like one of my bigger fears is I don't like to drive over bridges or like be in a car that's like over water because I've watched so many videos of like what to do if your car is submerged in water, but I know that if it ever happens, I'm not doing any of that shit. I'm not rolling down the window first, or like I don't have a glass cutter in my car,
Yeah.
which I probably should. I don't have a seatbelt cutter in my car, which I probably should. Like all these things, I'm like, in the case of emergency, I'm just gonna freak the fuck out. Like, I hope we all understand.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I perform very poorly under pressure, and when it comes to life or death situation, I might just freeze or just be like,
Yeah, that was one of my biggest fears about like actually going into nursing. Was like, oh, I don't know that I would perform well under like I could never be like an ICU nurse or no. Well, I guess ICU is a little more stable. An emergency nurse, probably not an ICU nurse, because it's like people just come in and they're just fucking bleeding, and I gotta do something about it. Oh, like I know, but I don't know. Now I'm glad I play video games.
Yeah.
No one's lives are in my hands.
Exactly. Now it's like if you don't perform under pressure, it's in the game and not.
It's in
like,
Pico Park.
Yeah.
Everybody
It's
starts
in Pico
yelling.
Park. And sometimes you cry.
Yeah, that was a trip.
For your guys' Pico Park things, I've just been hearing echoes around the house.
Yeah, Pico Park was a trip.
Is
was
it
a
like
trip.
there's a sequel? Like what's going on? Like,
Yeah. So Pico Park 2 came out. Obviously, Pico Park 1 was like a couple years ago. I feel like we played it.
Yeah.
The first time.
Pico Park 1's a classic.
Yeah, I like played it with my family, whatever. So Toast put together a lobby and was like, okay, we're gonna play Pico Park 2, but we're not gonna stop until we finish. The first day we played like 2 hours, I think. The second day we played like 6.
It's
6
like
hours
giving
on Pico
birth.
6 hours.
Like Pico Park is like giving birth. You forget.
Go follow that up for us.
Yeah. Because so let me explain.
Back that up.
So basically, like when a woman gives birth, she kind of like there's like something that makes you could forget how painful it was, so you keep doing it. Like, right? You gotta keep reproducing it. Yes and no. Like there's some people who very much remember, but there's some people who are like, oh yeah, you don't recall like how bad it was. That's like normal for a lot of things. You don't recall how bad something was in the past because you've like forgotten.
Like a trauma response.
Yeah, and so it's like you forget how Pico Park 1 was, and then Pico Park 2 comes out. And I'm sure when Pico Park 3 comes out, we're going to forget how painful this Pico Park 2 was. You know what I mean? Like 4 years is a long time. If they have like the next 4 years, I'm not going to remember how bad it was.
It was bad. It was pretty bad. It was harder than our heroic WoW raid. I'm not even fucking kidding. I am not even. No, like less than 30 groups of people have beat this heroic WoW raid. And I stand by the fact that this Pico Park lobby was harder than the WoW raid.
For anyone who does not know what Pico Park is, it is a 8-player game.
Yeah.
Up to 8 players, I think.
Yeah, 8-player game. It's best played with 8 players, where there's like a series of, I don't know, like 50 puzzles basically that you all have to collaborate well and like, I don't know how to say it, like synchronized.
Yeah.
To complete.
Yeah. So you have to get like 8 people to get through levels, and some of them you work together. Some of them there's a lot of individual responsibility. And it's really hard.
And if like one person messes it up, you mess it up for everyone.
You start over. And that's why it took us a total of 8 hours to get through. It turns out we didn't even beat the whole game. Apparently there's bonus levels.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Which I'm not fucking doing. I don't care. You'd have to pay me. You'd have to pay me money to come back and do that. Some friendships almost didn't make it out of Pico Park 2.
Who were the weak links?
I was ready to be mad at everyone for
Who
like
were the
half
weak
an hour
links?
afterwards.
You're saying you're mad, so you were not a weak link. That's what you're saying.
No, like I have been the weak link, and there have been weak links, and I would still be mad. Like it just doesn't matter at that point. You start forgetting that like you're like I mess up. I'm like, well, I'm still mad at you guys all for also messing up. Like fuck you all too.
See, for me, like Pico Park, and like even when I did like I think I did 2 seasons of WoW raids with you guys, I generally wouldn't mess up. It would be just me seeing other people mess up, and it would be like it was almost like a rhythm game where I'm like, okay, well, I know what I need to do, and the more we mess up, I'm just getting better at this.
Yeah. It sucks though, because that's kind of what happens, right? And then you continually get better, but then the one time that you fuck up is the time that everybody else did it well. So it's like the stragglers all of a sudden get really good, and you're like, oh yeah, I've done this so many times, whatever. And then you fuck up and you're like, oh fuck, like I just ruined the whole thing. Everybody else did it. Like we were on the last level. It was like an ice level, and ice mechanics and like platform games, you slide left and right, right? So you kind of have to like counter strafe to keep yourself from moving. There were some people who couldn't, like were continually not getting it, and I had messed up like maybe twice out of like 50 runs or something like that. We finally got like really far, and I was like, oh holy fuck, like this is the one, and then I slipped. I was like, holy shit, this is like the second time I slipped, but everybody else did it perfect except for me, and now I'm the one who fucked up the whole run. That was like maybe the chance to get us to the end game.
And everyone forgets that you have like a 99%.
Yes! And then everybody's like, oh, and I'm like, dude, this is my second time. It's literally my second time. Yeah, it was a trip, but we're done. We did it. and everyone's still friends. So hallelujah.
It is a trauma response. I forgot. I forgot everything that happened so that we could be friends still.
Yeah.
I'm assuming Toast was like the IGL.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Psych.
And then Saikuno, yeah. Like I think because like Saikuno was one of those people who was doing like everything pretty dang well,
Mm-hmm.
and eventually like he was just like, okay guys, like come on.
I think it's funny because you could tell he was starting to lose it too.
yeah, he was starting to lose it. I mean, even I yelled. I'm like, normally I wouldn't like yell at other people, but I yelled.
What's funny is that the Saikuno is someone who will purposely play a little loose to like create content.
Mm-hmm.
And so for him to start taking it seriously tells me a lot.
Yes. No, literally, like he would normally troll. Like he could really easily fuck over a level if he wanted to, and he would still be like, "Oh, but what if I?" And like a lot of the times when he would give like in other games and other circumstances, his what if he would just do. Like he would just run into a spike. But this time he'd be like, "What if I?" Goes in the door, like finishes the level. He's like, "No, I'm not gonna do this." Yeah, that's how you know it was bad.
Mm-hmm.
So that was our recent gaming experience.
Do people speedrun that? I feel like that would be a
I would
interesting
love to
speedrun
watch.
category.
I would love to watch Pico Park speedruns because it's so difficult. Some of them are so difficult. Like some of the levels that they put in there are literally just fuck you levels from the developers.
Yeah.
Like they have every intention of you just eating shit.
Twitch Rivals. Have that one, Twitch.
Ooh, that would be fun. I would watch that. Yeah, he tweaking out.
Is he dreaming?
Yeah.
His eye was going crazy.
His eyes, you can see his little head muscle moving. I know, they're so cute. It's been really nice because we used to live in a place that was not very walkable. So I couldn't walk them like 3 times a day, but I walk them 3 times a day now. And then they just sleep. We just walk for like 45 minutes to an hour, come home, they sleep for 3 hours. I wake up, take them on a walk. They come back, they sleep. I'm like, damn, y'all.
Damn.
Yeah, it's nice. Normally, like, they would be going bananas right now.
So obviously we're in a new house.
Yeah.
Your dogs seem like they like it.
Yeah.
I'm curious if you like it, but it's funny because when we see you, basically there's a big glass window that lets us see your room.
Yeah.
And it kind of feels like you're like our sim or something.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel the same way looking this way?
Yeah, 100%. Like me and Jody have made that joke so many times. Like she's like, "Oh, I look at you and you're like my little hamster in like a little hamster cage, and I just get to watch you live your life." And I'm like, I said, "Oh, I look at you and you're like my little sim." And then your cats, because her cats always sit at the window that face my window, are like your little like sim familiars. Like they're like your little sim pets, and I get to just watch them through the window.
That's cute.
And then sometimes like Jody's balcony faces like out towards my room, so Jody will sit on the balcony and I'll sit in the backyard and we'll just yap. But it is really fun. Like I love looking in here. It's nice because like I can see if you guys are hanging out here.
Yeah.
So I'll just come over because I'm like, people are sitting on the couch.
Would you put curtains up then?
I have curtains,
Mhm.
so I only leave the curtains open when I'm like,
Oh,
it's okay if you see
yeah.
type of thing, or like I don't care. But
It's like your open office hours.
yeah, it's like,
Mhm.
okay, come in, like, and I'm down to hang out or chat or whatever, and then I'll just close it when I want a little bit more privacy. Or my desk is like right at the corner, and so I don't like, some days like you just don't leave your PC, like you just sit and game and you're a gremlin. So I'll cover the curtain right there so nobody can see that I haven't left my desk in 12 hours.
Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I see that, I'm like, she's not home.
No.
Yeah.
I'm hiding in that corner, but I don't want to be embarrassed by the fact that I'm being an absolute goblin. So, yeah, that's what I do. But yeah, I really like the place. They seem to really like the place. I think they're getting a lot more exercise here now. I just bought them this fancy toy that I'm going to set up in the backyard. It's like a pull chase thing where it like zips around a zip line and they get to chase it around the yard. So I'm really excited. Yeah.
Cute.
Yeah. Being good.
Have they used the pool yet?
So Spyro has this thing where he developed this at the last house because we had a similar pool setup where it's like the pool and then there's a raised hot tub, and the hot tub is like an infinity hot tub. So when you like, the edges of it are like thick, and he likes to walk along the edges, which is like over the pool or over the ground. And so we have the same thing here. He gets up because he likes to wade in the water. Crash, not so much, but Crash happened to get up the one time that Spyro was up, and they tried to walk past each other on it, and Crash just knocked him off. And so he falls into the pool, and starts scrambling. But luckily dogs like kind of know how to swim, and I've taken him for like little swim tests, and so he like swam out to the edge, and it was during our heat wave, so it was like 105 degrees or something like that, so he dried off in like 2 seconds. Yeah, but yeah, he already fell in the pool. Crash is not a water dog, but I think Spyro is, so yeah, he's so cute. Yeah, you. Hi, Bubba.
I wanted to ask how there's no segue here, but I just wanted to ask, do you guys watch a lot of music videos? And how do you feel about the VMA winners?
I used to watch them, but I watch them less. Yeah, because I just watch everything less in general. I consume less media.
You see them at the club all the time because they're playing on the screens.
I haven't gone in a while.
Club girl.
I'll have you guys know that I'm like semi-retired. Like I used to be the one who'd like rally people. That was phase 1. Okay, phase 1, early stages, is when you really want to go and you like rally people. Phase 2 is kind of like you rally people sometimes people call you out. Now I'm at the phase where I mostly go out if other people ask to go out.
You just said you wanted people thrown up on the stairs for your birthday.
Yeah, for a birthday.
That's a special occasion.
Yeah.
You had a good run.
I did.
You did.
2 years.
You had a good run.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's like the perfect amount of time. You did it. You got it out of your system.
All the bouncers know her by name. Yeah.
No, only one.
God.
Yeah. Good times.
Good times. Yeah.
You don't really watch music videos.
I'm kind of the same. I used to watch them. Like I used to just leave MTV on when it was just music videos.
Yeah.
Like I loved that when I was younger. And now if I hear that a music video is really good, I will check it out. Or like if I know a certain artist normally puts out good videos, then I will watch them. But it's not something that I really keep up with. I used to also watch every award show. I love the Oscars, the Emmys, the Grammys, VMAs, all that kind of stuff. But I don't really watch like anything live anymore. I don't watch live TV. So I didn't catch the VMAs. I just went back and watched a couple of things like Chappell Roan's performance and Sabrina Carpenter's performance and stuff like that.
I see those on TikTok, so
yeah,
I watch it there.
Yeah, I don't even know who the winners are of anything. Yeah, really.
I just know there's a lot of Taylor Swift winners.
It's always Taylor Swift.
She won like 7 times the year before that. The comparison photos, just a fuckload of VMA like awards.
Well, okay, you were saying, because I forgot how the VMAs work, but you were saying that it's a like popularity vote, right?
It's a
like
fan vote. Yeah, fan voted award show.
So I've got a question. We've got streamers who are kind of dipping their toes into music creation. Do you think that if like the Twitch community banded together and voted for like a streamer's music video, they could win a VMA?
I feel like it'd have to be like an insanely popular streamer. I don't think like one streamer's community could do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you're beating out someone like Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
Which is
like the amount of fans is just like that much more. It's crazy.
I don't think that there's anyone on Twitch, even the biggest Twitch streamer, I don't think could.
Okay, so we don't hit Taylor's categories, so like we're not gonna do.
We're going for country, just like every other popular artist
is Taylor
right now.
Not country?
No,
she's like
she's
pop now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or like what alternative? Like, is there another category?
Okay, so to game the system, we need a streamer to make a country song.
Yeah.
With a really not controversial, but like catching music video.
Isn't Post Malone country now?
Yep. Everybody is.
Yeah, so many people are country sounding
Everybody
as.
is.
Even Sabrina Carpenter has like country sounding songs.
Well, like that was the Lil Nas X strategy. Was he did Country Road because it'd be easier for him to get on the top Billboard radio or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it worked.
It really did.
Look at him now.
It did work. Yeah.
I feel like it doesn't need to be all one person's community. Like if one person got even kind of into the running, I feel like they could convince Twitch as a whole to vote.
I would support whoever ended up doing something like that because I think it'd be cool. It's just a cool social experiment. Like, can it be done?
Yeah.
I feel like I separate Twitch so much from mainstream stuff, but that's just like not really the case anymore. Twitch is so mainstream. Streamers are so mainstream that like it maybe could work.
So what's interesting, I don't know if it's the same for you guys, but I was directing a music video this past weekend, and some of the crew, like they learned that like the actors were streamers. They know nothing of the streaming world. So they're like, what is this? I only know like Kai Cenat and Speed show up on like my TikTok. I'm like, interesting. So like that's who's broken through the mainstream.
100%.
Yeah.
I mean, Kai with he's got fucking Nicki Minaj, Ice Spice, like that I think when my dad came to me and was like, "Hey, did you see Nicki Minaj on Kai Cenat's stream?" I was like, "Yeah, I did. How did you see that?" But yeah, it's hella mainstream. And I will say, Speed has grown on me.
Yeah.
I used to think like, oh, he was just like a kid who was really loud and like made, kind of obnoxious content. Like not content for me, but I understand why people like it. But then I just see him like yelling like free Palestine all over the place and like just taking like the craziest side quests, like cheese rolling. And like, I'm like, oh yeah, I actually think that he does what I would want to do out of content creation.
Yeah.
Like he does, like I want to do a bunch of random side quests. I want to like fly to somewhere and bobsled or like snow ski with dogs. And I want to roll cheese down a hill. And like, I want to pop up all over the world and do that kind of stuff. So I love what he's doing. And he also just like seems like a pretty cool guy. Like
Yeah.
he seems pretty cool. So yeah.
Him and Kai also did like a collaboration recently that
Yeah.
broke the internet with the Minecraft.
The
thing.
Minecraft thing.
Yeah.
I did see that.
They looked like they were going crazy by like what, day 3?
Dude, put them on Pico Park.
Oh.
Their next collab needs to be
Dude.
Pico Park. That would go so hard. That would actually go so hard. One thing I love about Kai is that the back of his setup is always themed to like when he was doing what was
like Elden Ring,
Oh, yeah.
Minecraft, all that stuff.
yeah. I'm like, that's so cool. That's another thing. It's like, oh yeah, if I had the money to just like that's so fun. I love that his house was filled with Minecraft shit.
Yeah.
It's good stuff. Good stuff.
How long you think they'll be on top? Actually, do you agree that like Kai is on top right now? Because it feels like to me like King streamer is a constantly changing game.
I think he's on top, but I also am not familiar with the international artist, like international
Oh, true. I'm not even
stuff.
thinking
Yeah,
about that.
because
Yeah.
I know that there are like really, really famous like Latin American streamers. I think there's like a really big French guy or something like that, and then China has like its entirely own system of
Yeah.
super famous influencers. So I actually don't know, but when I think about like Americans, I do Kai is like the number one in my head. Yeah. And then there was like Jinxie and Sketch too, but I think Kai is still the biggest.
Well, I feel like Jinxie and Sketch I have heard less of. Like,
Now.
It was kind of like a flash.
Yeah.
I mean, there's something on my For You page the other day.
I don't see him as much. And right now, the only thing I see of Queso is exclusively Dress to Impress. Like, I don't know if he does anything else because all I get is his Dress to Impress. And then not even just his Dress to Impress clips, but every time I scroll TikTok, it recommends his stream.
Oh yeah, it's live.
And I'm like, bro, you are live playing
Yeah.
Dress to Impress 24/7. Like this man, I'm like, does he play other games? I don't know.
that's funny.
I actually don't know.
Is Dress to Impress still popular?
For him, it is.
I think it has probably like a community now that will like always want to play it.
Yeah.
That's like kind of where it's at, but it's not like
I still get content daily. I still get Dress to
Oh,
Impress
interesting.
content daily on my For You page. Also, the group of YouTubers that's like Quenlin and Taran, all of them just put out a Dress to Impress video that did really well. Oh, I'm sorry. Am I disturbing you? He just grumbled at me.
Yeah, because for a little like behind the scenes, we were going to do a Dress to Impress IRL video. And we were going to be the first people to do it. But then we were like, maybe it's kind of dying down. And then we saw
Their video do so well.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's funny because it was like the exact same concept too.
Yeah,
Like
Goodwill,
we were like,
Goodwill.
oh,
and
where do we get the clothes? And they're like, oh, well, we'll go to Goodwill and we'll pick out the outfits. And then it'll be a runway show. And then like we saw their video and it was like the same thing doing
Yeah.
millions.
It's like, were they listening to our conversation?
yeah.
What?
I'm like, I mean, I guess it's technically not that original. And like, you just have to come up with the logistics of it. And yeah, Goodwill does make the most sense. But yeah, hey, missed an opportunity, I guess.
They also found like the biggest Goodwill ever. Like their video was interesting to me because I was like, whoa, that's a lot. That's a big selection. All right.
Giga Goodwill?
Yeah.
Yeah. Could have been cool. Could have been cool.
I like doing that. I think fashion stuff is fun.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
could be fun. I mean, we could still do it.
Yeah.
I was reached out to like within the past few days by a like adult clothing or like lingerie company that was like, hey, would OfflineTV like to do a Dress to Impress with our clothes?
Like
Their
lingerie?
And they can use our models if your creators are not comfortable wearing them. They would just make the outfits. I was like, I don't know if this is the best fit.
Yeah.
But,
Interesting.
yeah.
That's funny. I had something similar. Like they started separating DMs on Instagram so you can see like partnership messages now. And I got a DM from the most raunchy brand ever. And they're like, hey, like we want to send you these sets. And then honestly, I just have to show you because I can't, like when you see it, you're going to laugh. So the first message is like, hey, you know, we want to collaborate. And then it's like, here's our new selection of things. Okay. So they sent me this.
Ooh.
And this, they're like, this is our new selection of things. They're like, and if that's not stream appropriate, we've linked a more stream appropriate. Guys, for those of you who can't see, it is a literal lingerie. I'm talking a bra, like see-through underwear and garters. And then they're like, if that's not stream appropriate, here's what you can wear on stream. And I'm like, who? I'm not wearing. Okay. And then their stream appropriate option is like a mini skirt that I don't even think covers your butt, and then a like basically a bra top. And I'm like, wow, it is very kind of you to offer. I'm not going to be wearing this anywhere, anytime that anybody could see. But thank you. It was just wild. It was like they knew enough to be like, oh, this isn't stream appropriate, but not enough about me to know that I would not do that. Like, this is crazy. Crazy stuff.
What other like weird or crazy DMs do you get from brands? If you can share.
From brands?
Yeah.
Not sure, but there's like some gambling ones that will try to be like, hey, or supplement one sometimes depending on the supplement. You're kind of like, this doesn't seem right. And then I've gone like maybe sex toys or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm curious if you guys have got this DM because for some reason I did. I got a DM from an adult toy company that it basically boiled down to, hey, would you like to make a custom toy for your fans?
What?
Like a penis mold?
The way that they described it is like they make like vagina molds. So I was like, are you wanting to make one of like my butt? Like what?
Can buy a Brodin butthole? That would be crazy.
Crazy.
And then they followed up by saying, and we know like, you know, the casting for that, it's like it gets messy and it's uncomfortable. So you can just send us some photos. And I was like, is this even a real brand or are you just like soliciting for photos of me?
You just want aspects, bro.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I've gotten sex toy like advert stuff, but no, that is insane.
Yeah.
But honestly, really smart for creators who do something like that. Like
Yeah.
you can sell a mold of your vagina
Yeah.
Yeah.
for probably thousands.
Yeah. That is kind of crazy.
Kind
Hey.
of cook. Kind of cook.
Yeah. Hey, if you guys want the opportunity,
No,
I'll
I'm
forward you
good.
the message. Yeah.
Pass. No, thanks. Yeah, I would say the craziest I've gotten is like just general sex toys, not custom sex toys, and like weed products, which is like I'm not
DMs
gonna.
for feet pics.
Oh yeah, DMs are another beast.
Yeah.
Oh,
Serious
that's-
business inquiries. Yeah.
Yeah. They're like, oh, are you looking for a sugar daddy? You know, or like how
And
much?
you've denied? Are you not?
You think I am?
You're thinking about it.
No, but maybe if like me and Somi were really on the streets, I would be thinking about it because I know there are sites that you what is it called? Something arrangement. Something there's some site that you can go and then you can put yourself up there and then people will be like, okay, I will pay you X amount per month for you to go to like 4 dinners with me or something like that. They take you out to like dinners wherever. Or people like going on helicopter rides, or they just want you to attend an event with them, stuff like
Yeah.
that.
I always
Speaking of
say,
arrangements,
I haven't heard of it.
yeah, I have a friend who is a sugar baby for a bit on there.
How was it?
She said that her experience was kind of like a couple $1,000s a month from like one person, and they would just want to have dinner.
I mean, get paid $1,000 to eat
Yeah.
dinner every month.
Go to dinner?
Mhm.
Shit.
Yeah, you could.
My favorite content creator on TikTok right now, her name is Blue Eyed Kayla Jade, I think. I'm pretty sure that's her TikTok name. She is a full service sex worker in Australia, and she just like does like she just chats about her experiences, and it is so fucking interesting. Like I am captivated by this woman who like tells her stories about just like sex work, and just to see like how much money she makes and like what she does. She does like actual full service sex work, right? So she's not just like going out to dinners and stuff like that, but that part of it and like how much money they make for it is like, it's just insane. Like she's like, oh yeah, this is what I made in one night, and she pulls out like $10,000. I was like, this was for 4 hours of my time.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's insane. It's like so insane. That kind of stuff, like the companion or whatever, is also very interesting, because it's like, I think I would be too scared that they eventually, like it starts out with companionship, but then at the end they're like, well, I gave you all of the money, now where's my sugar? You know what I'm saying? You're like, ooh, I didn't want to give any.
It is true. Some of them maybe you could gauge.
I'm sorry, sir. Only salt here.
Yeah.
No sugar for you.
Yeah. I always say, like, I'm kind of the same. I'm like, okay, say like me and the boys, we was about to end up on the streets. I'm selling feet pics.
Yeah.
I'm selling feet pics, man. The cosplay exclusive feet pics.
Hey, sometimes you
Gotta
go on
break out of the
dates
market
with people that you dread and you don't even get paid for it.
That's
You
true.
know what I mean? Like, at least you're like, at least I got paid here.
Have you had a bad date? I don't think I've ever had a bad date.
I haven't been on many or any for that matter much.
You've
but
never been on a date.
everyone that I have dated, I have been friends with initially first. So I've never had really like a,
Bad first date.
yeah. Which maybe, you know what? I don't know. Will happen one. I've had accidental dates.
What does that mean?
Like you went on a date not knowing it was a date and they intended for it to be a date.
I had one of those. Yeah.
I had someone who like I had met at an event, and then like literally on my way there, they were like, oh, and it might be cold outside. This is like an outdoor only thing. Like I can get like a blanket or something. And I was like, a blanket? I was like, I brought a jacket. Like, you know? And then he was like, yeah, afterwards, like, and we can go to my apartment if you want, but I don't know if you're uncomfortable with that. So maybe we could just like grab dessert nearby or something. I'm like, your apartment? And I was like, wait a second. I messaged my friend. I was like, hey, so I'm gonna be in your area. I might need a hard out at like 7, you know? But I was like telling, and then we're going throughout we're like throughout the meet, because like, you know, we meet people and they'll be like, oh, let's grab lunch or dinner sometime.
Yeah.
You never know if it's like a content creator or like you're just socializing or doing whatever, right? So in the middle of it, he was kind of like, oh, it's just, yeah, I thought you were really cute and like everything. And I was telling him like, oh no, I'm not ready for anything yet. And he's just like, oh, okay, like if you ever do though, like let me know. I'd love to take you out. So it was like very forward and respectful, but basically that was the accidental part of it.
I see.
Yeah.
I feel like I've heard about your accidental date, but
Yeah.
have you told it on the pod? Because it's a
I
good
think
story.
I have actually, but I could, yeah. The rundown was basically, I was hit up by a friend, to go take photos because she took photos and I took photos. So I was like, yeah, let's go take photos. So we went out and we were just like snapping shots for an afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I got back, she like kissed me at my doorstep, and I was like, whoa, what? And I was like, I'm sorry, what's going on here? And then she got like really like, oh, ooh, I didn't mean, sorry, and then left. And then, yeah, it was kind of awkward.
Yeah. Did you guys talk about it after?
No, she ended up telling her roommates that like I had led her on. And then I heard it from a friend of a friend who was like, hey, what you did really wasn't cool. I'm like, what?
Yeah, what you did?
Yeah.
Not cool.
Oh,
Not
dude,
cool.
That's so tragic. That's actually so tragic.
I had one where I got to like a dinner. Again, he was like another content creator, so I thought, you know, like we're like, you know, whatever. The place that he ends up picking is like this nice, like Italian pasta place or somewhere. I didn't know. I basically went there, got there, and I was like, whoa, this place is nice. Then it's like some dim light setting or whatever. And I get there, he's like, I met him at the club. This guy is there now with a button up and like just sitting there kind of very like, oh. And when I get there, I just think our conversation could be very, you know, chill or casual. Thought I could be talking about content or other things. Starts asking me about my life story, where I grew up and everything. And I'm like, oh, okay. And pays for the meal at the end. and drops me off at home. I'm like, okay, I see. I did not really like agree to this in that way, but like, okay.
Yeah. This has never happened to me, guys. I've
Yeah?
never had an accidental date.
Huh.
I'm like trying really hard because I'm like, I can't tell if you guys are the outliers or if I'm the outlier. Comment, please let us know if you've had an accidental date because I'm like really genuinely curious.
I think it's common because people will just be like, "Oh, you want to grab food?" and then you don't know what the intention could be because sometimes they might not want to say like, "Hey, you want to go on a date?"
Yeah.
They kind of just want to like hang out.
Maybe that's why is because I don't ever agree to those.
Yeah.
When people just like meet me and they're like, "Oh yeah, we should hang out," I'm like, knowing full well we are not going to hang out. At least not alone. Like I don't know that I would hang out with someone alone for the first time. I've like done that maybe twice since I've moved to LA, and the rest of the time I'm like, it would be a group setting for me.
I do that a lot with like girls and guys. Like people that I meet, they'll just I want to grab lunch. I'm like, yeah, no. I'm like, I want to go for dinner. Sure, I'm not. Like it happens so much that like
Yeah,
I feel like
that's probably why.
if you're like a actively friendly social person, at some point you've been on an accidental date.
I'm actively friendly and social.
You just said you're not going out with people.
yeah.
I'm just lazy.
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
just lazy.
Usually, I feel like me and Brodin are the type when someone's like, "Oh, you want to grab dinner?" Most
Yeah.
likely will be like, "Sure."
Yes.
Yeah.
You two definitely will go out. You're quite extroverted in that extent. Yeah. Yeah. No accidental dates. Now I feel like I have to go on one. I'm gonna just start. I'm gonna have a yes year.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm not.
Yeah. For anyone listening, invite Sid out for dinner.
Yeah.
See what happens.
Let's
won't
see if she
go.
is gonna have a yes.
I
year.
won't go. You went to a fan's wedding.
I did.
That's how.
I wouldn't do that.
Yeah. No,
I don't think I would do that.
Crazy.
I will say, I was not sure how it was gonna turn out because I didn't know them that well. I think it's different if you like. Basically, what happened was I was at PAX East, and then he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna propose to my girlfriend. Can you send us like can you record like congratulations video?" Guy was so confident he knew she was gonna say yes already. Basically, saying a congratulations video. So like, yeah, sure. And then like afterwards, they came in my chat and they're like, "Oh my gosh, she said yes." And like blah blah, send you an invitation. And I wasn't sure, but like basically how I felt was like if things aligned, then like, no, I'll take it. I'll take it because I was kind of little bit more part of it than like because I've gotten Twitter DMs before, people like, "Hey, can you and Toast come to my wedding?" And like I have no attachment or like reason with you, but this person I had met in person with like their friends and stuff, and they're pretty nice. And then I ended up going, and it was like one of the best experiences. That it's one of those like I'm so glad I did this type of things afterwards. Yeah, it was a Filipino wedding. They fucking know how to throw weddings like and party.
I'm sure. Yes.
Everyone is on the dance floor. They're playing banger music. Like even like the aunts, uncles, grandmas, grandpas, like they are there, and they have like line dances or specific things that they do. And everyone, they sat me at like the bridal party. That was really sweet. Like they had other OTV fans there. Like a girl knitted me at this really cute OTV thing with a pink bow on it.
What?
It was really sweet. There were like a lot of people, so nice, and they taught me how to line dance and everything. That's why I said it's like one of the best experiences ever.
If that wedding was anything like my quadruple birthday, I know it was good. Yeah.
Your Filipino birthday.
Yeah.
It's so nice. I don't know. Like if it were anything, if it were just like a very mellow and maybe like not as active wedding, I think I would have still enjoyed it, but not have been like raving about it as much maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it was something that I saw like old, like people used to, like Maroon 5 or Sugar back in the day, like appear at people's weddings. I just thought it'd be like a cool thing. Like something cool.
I think I have like a couple viewers where if they invited me to their wedding and it aligned, I would definitely go because there's like some people who have been a part of my community since like the early days, or a lot of my early community members were people that I used to hang out and game with beforehand. So it's like, yeah, I could see myself going to those weddings. I definitely thought it was more like just like a random wedding invitation that you got. They were like, fuck it.
I mean,
That's
it
crazy.
was close a little bit, but like I had, if not for that interaction.
Well, there you have it. If you want Sydney or Yvonne to go to your wedding, get to know them first. I think that's going to end this portion of the podcast. If you'd like to watch more, we are going to do a Patreon version a little bit after this. But yeah, that was episode 12. Thanks for watching, guys.
12 is my favorite number. Wow.
Yeah. We did this just for you.
Woo! Okay, bye.
Catch you next time.
Bye-bye.